I've got some bad news for you, babe. The dating police called and said you think messaging a guy hi is you shooting your shot. Absolutely criminal. So if you want to come across as the empowered bad bitch that you are and not be compared to a bland piece of cardboard, here's some advice on how to shoot your shot the right way. Number 1 is FBI mode. I'm not sure how you can get this wrong, it should be in your DNA. We're going to use this as an example. He's practically serving you conversation starters on a plate. Pick a topic, any topic, and ask a question. And if he's got prompts on his dating profile, use it as reference material. He's practically setting you up to come through with the "Can your West Palm meet my peach?" And by West, I mean left. If you're struggling with quirky one-liners, the cliffhanger is the way to go. Pick any photo and drop something like, "2 things come to mind when I see this. Care for me to share?" I guarantee you his ego is not going to allow him to say no. Funny girls always get the guy. Just take a look at Georgia Nicholson. Oh look, basketball. Insert Steph Curry meme here. This one is for the girl that's going through a breakup but still misses her toxic ex. And if that's not you, send it to the friend that's asking you to watch his stories, because she's gonna want to hear this. Girl, believe me, I have been there. He's probably pushed you to a point where you know you deserve more, but he's also said something like, "Can we still be friends?" or "Right person, wrong time," keeping you in this weird place and stopping you from moving on because he's keeping you as an option. When you go from speaking to someone every single day to suddenly not, it's literally the equivalent of you going cold turkey, and now you don't have that dopamine rush that you once had. That's why some days you'll have good days and some days you'll have bad days, because you're going through a withdrawal phase. And now you've got a blank space to fill. So of course you're going to be thinking about all of the good times that you had, despite all of the shit that actually went down that you and yourself know you don't want. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say that you're holding on to the person that he was in the beginning, whether that's first few days, weeks, months. Gosh, you were lucky if you got months. But I hate to break it to you, that person is never coming back. Because guess what? That was the lie he was telling himself and you to be able to even get you in the first place. That version of him does not even exist. People do not just change like that overnight and leave you questioning the entire relationship. What will have happened is he's just got no time now to keep up this lie anymore, and he wants to move on to the next. And this whole right person, wrong time bullshit is literally just in case this next person he pursues doesn't work out. He feels like he's got you in a place where he can just come straight back to you and you'll take him back like that. And I know right now you're probably toying between whether you would or wouldn't take him back should he come back into your life for whatever reason. Even though he treated you like shit, you're probably still hung up on what he's doing by watching his Instagram stories and looking at his following list. But the fact of the matter is, especially if he broke up with you, if he looks like he's having a good time, he probably is, because the last thing he's thinking about right now is you. He is looking for his next potential victim. Instead of feeling sad or jealous, be fucking happy that you got out of that when you did. And if he was love bombing you and talking about future plans and families and stuff, just know he's doing that to the next girl too. Do me a favour though and stop watching his stories and checking his following list, because it's a him problem, not a you problem, and he is no longer your responsibility. The best thing you can do right now is lean into who you are, surround yourself with the people that you love, and fill that void by doing things that genuinely make you happy. If you're going through it, I know the last thing you're going to want to do right now also is eat, but that is a trauma response. Your brain shuts off messages to your stomach, so it is normal. But please try eat and look after yourself, queen, because you're the one taking the W. If you want them back, use these 5 psychological tricks to make them want you. These are the types of videos that are flooding my For You page right now, that you guys many times have asked me to make. But in good old Chloe fashion, I'm about to move like Moses to part the seas and deliver you this little truth pill that it sounds like you so desperately need. It's actually for my hay fever though, so let me just... If you've been in a long-term relationship with someone and they've chosen to leave when it got hard, even though they told you that they wouldn't, more time it's because of the 90-10 rule. You could have 90% of what they want, but that 10%, if that's missing, they're going to start to resent you and go out and look for it. And when they find that 10% in someone, they're going to be infatuated by it because they missed that with you. Yet what they fail to see is that they're missing the whole of the 90%. So let me ask you this. Why the fuck do you want somebody that didn't appreciate the whole 90% that you were giving them before? And just explain to me while we're at it, why after they've wronged you like that, we're giving them a second chance? Let me explain this to you in a Netflix analogy. If you've watched the platform, great. If not, you should go watch it. Imagine your ex had the whole feast, the top spot, and they optionally said, nah, do you know what, I think there's something better down there, and decided they'd be better off with the scraps. Looks like they just got served a plate of self-sabotage. So let them do their thing that they optionally decided to do, and elevate yourself, babe. The irony of it is, the second they see you doing better off without them, their ego gets suffocated and then they try and come up for air. So you focusing on yourself and bettering yourself is what will actually bring them back from the dead. However, at that point, you'll have elevated yourself enough that that's just below you right now. And believe me, you won't even be finding that type of person attractive anymore, because you'll be surrounding yourself with the people that have also leveled up with you, that are matching your rate of growth. We don't lower our standards for anyone around here. So mute, Control Alt Delete and block their asses. Stop spying on the stories while you're at it, because why the fuck do you care? And go get yourself in the gym, because Hot Girl Summer is right around the corner and that revenge body's waiting.
And the best part of this plan is, no one can stop me.
Let's talk about cheating. If you've been cheated on, you need to listen to this. I'm going to go ahead and guess that you're driving yourself crazy thinking about all the different reasons they could have possibly cheated on you, and blaming yourself for causing it. Stop effective immediately. One of my exes cheated on me with a guy, so believe me, I've been there. But you've got to realise this. Someone else's actions is entirely up to them. They could have easily communicated how they feel and they chose not to. It's literally a them problem. The second you stop blaming yourself and realise that people can only ever meet you as deeply as they've met themselves, it becomes a lot easier to deal with. They just couldn't handle you at your highest value self. And that in itself is growth. So let them take the L, try to view it as an event that happened, and keep your chin up. You're on to better things now. Everyone lately is speaking about Stranger Things, but I can't lie to you, it has triggered a horrendous memory of a spicy time experience I had in uni that I would much rather forget. But as it's on the front of my mind and you guys like to laugh at my embarrassing experiences, I'm going to tell you about it while I get ready. Okay, so it was first year of uni, she was a little promiscuous back then, and it was freshers week, so my hopes were set high. It should be noted, I went to uni in Nottingham, and the guy that this happened with, I found in Ocean, which is the biggest red flag going. I just didn't know it at the time. For those of you that have never had the delight of going to Nottingham on a night out, Ocean is a nightclub that attracts boys that are on work experience, trying to be men, that really haven't quite got there yet, who prior to entering the club have been on a 6-hour bender running around the city in adult diapers. And no, I was not made aware of this before I set foot in the club. So you can just imagine my reaction when I get in fully clothed and this is what I see. Anyways, the friend I was with was quite a tall girl, and so she could scour the whole room to find the fittest boys in there. So after dragging me into the main pit of doom, she thought it would be hilarious to push me into these two boys. Apparently in uni, that's how you shoot your shot. I know what you're thinking, and no, he wasn't dressed in an adult diaper, but arguably it was worse. The tightest denim shorts you ever did see, he thought glitter on his chest was an appropriate top, and he was wearing sunglasses. Inside. Man looked like a starter pack for Ocean Beach, but clearly that was 18-year-old Chloe's type. The second they started playing ABBA and High School Musical, I decided I wanted to off myself. And so naturally the next best thing to that was to leave with this guy. It was a 2-minute walk back to my apartment, but somehow he still managed to fit in a little bit of weird in there. We walk past an alleyway and he turns to me and says, "You're not going to take me down there and kill me, are you?" Yes, I may have been giving man-eater vibes, but do I look like Jack the Ripper to you? I digress. We get to my apartment and he asks me if I've been watching Stranger Things. Normal small talk, right? Wrong. He asked me if we could put it on. I'm thinking, Netflix and chill. The next words that came out of his mouth may be shocking to some viewers. After I've already said yes, he says, "Oh, good, because 11 really turns me on." Sorry? A child? The woman was too stunned to speak. And I just thought to myself, I've already done it now, it's too bleeding late. I regret that anything went further to this day. Because as he was about to, he called me a demogorgon. I should have had an Olympic world record, the speed at which I removed him from my room. Safe to say I never spoke to him again. But I have heard he's in a loving relationship now. And I know this because, funnily enough, I'm still friends with the guy who was with that night. Moral of the story is, girls stay out of the ocean and boys maybe keep some things to yourself. And I've not watched season 4 yet, so if you post spoilers in the comments, you will be getting Control Alt deleted and blocked.